Jackson loved his grandmother more than anything in the world. When cancer took her away, it felt like his heart shattered into pieces. Wanting to honor and remember someone so important to him, he joined his mother at their old family home, carefully packing up treasured belongings with trembling hands. At first, it seemed like an emotional but simple task. But slowly, the atmosphere began to shift. The air grew heavy and tense. It was as if something unseen had awakened within those walls, and it wasn't ready to say goodbye.
Yeah. It's quiet at the moment. You don't really see anything. What the hell was that? Jeez, someone just moved it. Just did a bang. Jesus Christ. Look, you can see this is like... You can see there's nothing on it. God, it must have been heavy to be able to move that.
It all started with an unusual sign. A wooden cross on the mantel slowly tilted, then slid down, even though no one was anywhere near it. Jackson stood frozen, his body stiff with fear. He knew very well that his grandmother had been deeply religious. Could it be her spirit trying to send a message? But then a darker thought crept into his mind. Evil entities often twist sacred symbols for their own purposes, and the movement of the cross might be a warning of something far more sinister approaching.
God, that was scary. What the hell?
What's that?
Santa fell.
What did that fall on?
It fell from there.
What did it break?
Nothing's broken. It just fell from there. It was literally there. I don't want to put it back in case it drops again. It was just up there and it literally fell.
Oh, shut up, stupid.
See, she don't believe me.
You are.
Weird. Nanny, you just see that?
What?
The card just fell.
What card?
That one there.
No, I didn't see it fall.
Yeah, because you haven't been watching. So she just ignores it. She thinks there's nothing going on.
There's time to play about them, Nathan. This is supposed to be a party tonight.
Oh, I don't remember that moving.
Oh, I don't remember that moving. Where's that? Oh, flipping neck.
Did you see that?
No. Stupid old stupid game.
What stupid games?
Stupid. Stop it, Nathan. Stop.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything. I told you I'm not doing anything.
You're not funny.
No, I'm not funny.
Funny at all.
Even as hope continued to fade, Jackson and his mother pushed forward with their task. Then came another strange incident. A dusty Santa ornament suddenly fell from a shelf and shattered on the floor, its cracking sound echoing through every corner of the house. His mother immediately blamed Jackson, thinking he was goofing off or playing around. But Jackson knew it wasn't him. And in that moment, he realized whatever was hiding in that house now knew he was aware of its presence. This chilling video was recorded by Eucilios, a paranormal investigator from Brazil, after receiving an urgent request to investigate a notoriously haunted house on the outskirts of the city. Locals often spoke in hushed tones about terrifying encounters with spirits. Some families were even said to have fled in the middle of the night, never to return. Armed with his ghost hunting equipment, Eucilios met the visibly shaken homeowner Lucio, and without hesitation stepped into what would become one of the most terrifying events ever caught on camera. After hearing Lucio recount the house's dark and troubled history, Eucilios quickly set up a spirit summoning ritual in the dining room. And from that moment on, everything descended into chaos.
Fala o seguinte, Lucas. Vem aqui do meu lado. Vem aqui. Deixa eu ver o que tá aí. Vem aqui. Vem aqui do meu lado. Estende a mão aqui agora. Feche seus olhos. O meu nome é Ulisses Deadline. E eu sei que minha presença desloca espíritos obscuros de lugares e cantos como este. Pois eu estou sentindo a vossa presença aqui, espírito, neste momento. Ah, porra! Rapaz!
Que deu isso? Já se deu uma cacetada aqui.
Que bagaceira da... Você viu isso, Lúcio? A energia aqui, pessoal? Cara, eu espero que a câmera esteja pegando tudo aqui. Certo? Que raios, mano. Olha isso.
Aqui deu um negócio, bateu aqui no aí.
Que bagulho louco, Lúcio.
Pelo amor de Deus.
Olha isso, ó. Vou até puxar pra cá essas cadeiras, que tá meio aparelho aqui. O deadline é grande, bicho. E acaba ficando sem espaço aqui. Pessoal, deixa eu mostrar pra vocês aqui. Calma aí, Lúcio. Deixa eu tirar aqui, ó. Olha isso, ó. Essa cadeira. Olha aí. O jeito que aconteceu aqui, ó. O jeito que aconteceu aqui foi espetacular. Vem pra cá, Lúcio. Senta aqui, ó. Senão a gente vai ficar apertado demais aí. Eu não consigo.
The moment the ritual began, the house was thrown into complete chaos. Chairs flew across the floor, drawers slammed shut with force, and dishes shattered everywhere. The atmosphere was terrifying, as if the old house had a life of its own and was unleashing its fury on the unwelcome intruders.
Ah, porra!
To truly feel the terror, imagine Lucio's house, isolated, tucked deep in the countryside, where screams can vanish into the night without a trace. Life there was once quiet and peaceful until everything changed one night. Loud banging echoed from the walls, faint whispers filled the air, and shadowy figures began to appear, forcing Lucio's family to flee the home in fear. Determined to find real evidence of paranormal activity, Eucilios arrived ready to investigate, and the house, almost eager to be exposed, wasted no time revealing its darkest side.
E eu vou estar pondo para gravar nesse momento. Deixa eu mostrar aqui pro pessoal aqui, ó. Os dois juntos aqui, ó. Ó. meu nome é Ulisses Deadline. E eu estou presente nesta mesa, pois diga o seu nome.
É Lúcio.
O nome Lúcio está presente nesta mesa. Pois neste momento, diga o seu nome aqui, espírito. Eu acredito que algo saiu aqui neste aparelho. Eu não sei se é um nome que saiu neste aparelho, Lúcio. Eu tive um sentimento muito forte aqui agora. É isso. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Saia de ré, Satanás. Olha isso, Lúcio. É impressionante, não é? Dá uma olhada, pessoal. Dá uma olhada. Dá uma olhada. Dá uma olhada, cara. É assustador ou não é? É assustador ou não é? Saia de ré, espírito maligno. Levanta, Lúcio. Levanta. Que todo mal caia por terra neste momento. Eu vou estar pegando aqui a câmera, pessoal.
To draw the spirit closer, he lit several candles, a simple method commonly used in spiritual communication. It didn't take long before the flames began to flicker violently and twist wildly, as if some invisible force had taken hold of them.
É isso. Cheque agora. É isso. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso.
No hidden wires, no tricks. The candle was truly moving on its own. And that night, things were only just beginning. Something unseen was watching them closely, slowly guiding their steps toward a more terrifying place, straight into the bedroom.
Ué, tava fechada e a luz tava apagada. Olha aí. Não, não é lá não, aqui, Lúcio, ó. O Lúcio tá assustando lá, pessoal. O Lúcio tomou um maior susto lá, ó. Não, eu tô falando aqui, Lúcio. A luz tava... Isso aqui, ó. Tava fechado quando nós passamos e tava apagado. Que é isso? A cortina. Quem é que está aqui? Rapaz do céu! Minha nossa, mano! Olha isso, pessoal! É assustador, Cara, olha o jeito que eu tô arrepiado! O bagulho enruga, mano! O bagulho enruga, olha aqui, pessoal, enrugando, olha, ó, na frente de vocês, ó. Olha, olha, Lúcio, olha, Lúcio, olha meu braço, ó. Olha o meu braço, tá, Lúcio? Olha aqui, ó. Olha aqui, Lúcio, dá uma olhada aqui, ó. Olha a tremedeira no Lúcio, olha a tremedeira. Pessoal, chegou a doer aqui. Ô, Lúcio, olha o seguinte, pega aquela Bíblia lá. Pega aquela Bíblia. Pega aquela Bíblia. Isso, pega essa Bíblia aí. Pega a Bíblia. Cara do céu, mano. É assustador.
As they stood in the doorway, the lights began to flicker wildly. The room appeared empty and silent, until suddenly a chair shot across the floor with tremendous force. Usilios froze in place and Lucio's face turned pale as a sheet. They had never encountered a poltergeist this violent before.
Tinha algo aqui, cara. Tinha algo aqui. Tinha algo, Lúcio. O Lúcio tá paralisado, pessoal. Olha isso, ó. Nem pisca, mano. O Lúcio nem pisca, pessoal. Dá uma olhada nisso. Dá uma olhada nisso. Dá uma olhada nisso. Cara, é assustador ou não é? É assustador ou não é? É assustador ou não é? Cara do céu. Saia de ré, espírito maligno. Lúcio, fala comigo. Fala comigo. Saia de ré, espírito maligno. Saia de ré, Satanás. Lúcio, você ficou dormente, Lúcio?
Não vi nada.
Você não viu nada?
Não. Apagou tudo.
Pessoal, vou tá dando um tempo com o Lúcio aqui, pegando a chave, indo pra casa lá de cima lá. Ok, é isso.
Look, the chair suddenly moved again, as if an invisible presence was refusing to let them leave.
espírito maligno.
But the terror only grew worse. As Eucilios recited the banishment prayer, Lucio lay stiff on the bed, like a body without a soul. It wasn't until another chair scraped across the wooden floor that he finally reacted. Had something entered him, or escaped? Though the air felt briefly lighter, the sense of danger still lingered. With his spirit box in hand, Eucilios stepped into the long-abandoned neighbor's house, ready for one final reading that could reveal everything.
Pegar aqui a caixinha para estar usando o Spirit Box aqui. E... está entrando aqui no local. Pois eu peço licença aqui do lugar. Caramba, a bateria dessa câmera tá acabando, pessoal. Deixa eu deixar aqui, ó. Essas coisas. Pessoal, a bateria dessa câmera tá acabando. Certo? Eu acredito que se der pau aqui, eu vou ter que ir lá no carro pegar outra. Correto? Largou tudo pra trás, pessoal. Rapaz. E aí, este lugar? Ok, eu estou desligando aqui o aparelho, pessoal. Chega. Tá desligando aqui a caixinha. Ok. Tá colocando aqui fora, certo? Opa! Olha. Eu falei pra vocês que eu vi algo me olhando ali, ó. Ali, ó. Ali, ó. Pois eu estou aqui, espírito. Se é vós que estiveres aqui, faça algo nessa luz. Olha. Opa, 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 olha isso. Opa, passou aqui, ó. Passou aqui, pessoal. Passou aqui, mano. Passou aqui ao meu lado, ó. Passou aqui ao meu lado. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Olha isso, olha isso, mano. Olha isso, olha isso, cara. Hã? Olha as minhas coisas ali ao chão. Rapaz, minha nossa. Olha isso. É assustador, né? É assustador, né? Olha isso, pessoal. Eu estou inteiro arrepiado aqui, mano. Eu estou inteiro arrepiado, cara. Cara do céu. Que espetacular. Espetacular, mano. Meu couro inteiro tá enrugado aqui, ó. Olha isso. Olha isso. Eu vou estar finalizando aqui, pessoal. Você é louco, mano. Pra mim deu. Até a próxima com mais um Memória Sobrenatural. Vou estar descendo lá pro Lúcio, velho. Com certeza. Preciso ver como é que tá o Lúcio lá embaixo.
Everything began in a heavy, unsettling silence. Then suddenly the temperature dropped sharply, sending chills through the air and raising goosebumps. Drawers flew open with loud bangs, heavy doors slammed shut on their own, and a large sofa slid across the floor as if hurled by an invisible hand. The entire room was filled with a terrifying, uncontrollable force, raging and wild.
Rapaz, minha nossa.
No human strength could do that. Eucilius muttered a shaky excuse about his camera battery dying and fled.
Me deu. Até a próxima com mais um Memória Sobrenatural. Vou estar descendo lá pro Lúcio, velho.
So, is this the most intense poltergeist activity ever caught on camera? Or is it something even darker? You decide.
Quem é que está aqui? Rapaz do céu! Minha nossa, mano! Olha isso, pessoal!
In the stillness of the night, a couple lay fast asleep in their bed, wrapped in warmth and peaceful silence. But that calm was suddenly shattered. The woman's body began to stir, moving in strange, unnatural ways. Her hands tensed, her legs twitched, and behind her closed eyelids, her eyes darted rapidly. Her movements grew more erratic, like something unseen had taken control. Her partner woke up, confused and frightened, realizing this wasn't just a bad dream. Something truly strange was happening. The man stayed silent, staring into his partner's eyes with confusion. He wanted to explain, but no words could capture what he had witnessed. The strange movements, the empty stare. It all felt so real, yet too unbelievable to make sense. Was it truly a supernatural experience? Or just a staged act made for content? That's for you to decide. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this really happened? Or was it all just for show? Mara never imagined that her casual visit to an antique shop would mark the beginning of a real-life nightmare. Her intention was simple, just to pick up some basic kitchenware, small and harmless items. But hidden among the dusty shelves, she stumbled upon something that sent chills down her spine. A handmade antique doll dressed in traditional Indian clothing with a vacant stare that seemed to pierce right through her. She couldn't look away, as if she were under a spell. Curious, she asked the shop owner about the price. The elderly woman stared at her for a long moment, then whispered mysteriously, "No charge." That should have been Mara's warning to walk away, but she didn't. And the moment that doll entered her home, everything began to change. Mara's life slowly started to unravel, and she had no idea how to stop it. The atmosphere in the house slowly became heavy with a chilling sense of unease. Wanting to prove that the strange events weren't just in her head, Mara set up a security camera right next to the doll that very night. The footage was shocking. The doll moved on its own. The movement was subtle, barely noticeable, but enough to confirm that something wasn't right. Then suddenly the camera went dark. Was it just a coincidence? Or was that the moment the haunted doll finally began to reveal its true dark power? When a house truly becomes a nest for dark forces, there's one rule you must always remember. Never try to banish a spirit on your own, unless you're a trained ghost hunter who fully understands ancient prayers and protective symbols. But the man in this terrifying story chose to ignore that warning. For 2 long months, a dark presence tormented his family, filling their home with fear and unbearable tension. As desperation grew, Wire made the decision to fight back alone. He shouted ancient incantations he barely understood, hoping they would be enough to end the nightmare. Unfortunately, his actions did the opposite. Instead of stopping the haunting, he opened the door to something far more sinister. The false sense of calm they once had was shattered, and the house became a place where nightmares didn't just exist, they lived and breathed.
Oh my god, you guys. So freaking... I just woke up, and there's freaking noises going up. Dude, guys, that is really f***ing creepy. If there's any spirits in here and you want to communicate with me, I hope you know that you are not allowed in my house. No spirits are allowed in my house.
The moment Wire firmly commanded the spirit to leave, his house instantly turned into a war zone. Paranormal activity exploded. Furniture flew through the air, dishes shattered, and the walls groaned as if they were about to collapse. But that violent outburst was only the beginning of the true nightmare. Day by day, the disturbances grew more intense, as if the entity was feeding off Wire's misguided bravery. Instead of saving his family, his actions only provoked a far more terrifying force. Remember this: never face the unseen alone. If something strange happens, contact a trusted spiritual expert or an experienced paranormal investigator right away.